Hey, it's me, MJ, and today we are going to do some paranormal stories. If you don't believe in supernatural occurrences or anything like that, just think about it as fiction, but I am going to be telling it from what I believe happened from my point of view. Grab your pet to keep you safe and we'll get started. Aww. My protector. My first story happens when I am anywhere between 2 to 4 years old. When we lived in our first house, I always had nightmares. I always had issues sleeping. I always would go to sleep and then wake up and then couldn't get back to sleep. My parents would say, you can always stay in our room, sleep on the floor, if that makes you feel better, but I would never be able to do that because they snore like lions and it is impossible to sleep if they are snoring. So after many weeks upon weeks of me going into their room, poking them, bothering them, that I could not sleep, they told me one night to just go back into my room, shut the door for me, and let me keep on the lights to go to bed. So I tried my best to go to sleep. I was having a temper tantrum, having anxiety. I had really bad sleep anxiety and I could not go to sleep. Fear of nightmares, just getting really stressed out about sleeping. And so I remember the lights being on. Hey bud. And it was kind of a bluish tinty light that I had going on. It reflected off of my slanted ceiling. So I started to see these figures glowing above my room, 5 of them to be exact. You'll be squeaky. One was pink, there was a yellow one, there was a blue one, there was like a dark red / orange one, and then there was a darker blue one. That one was allegedly named Peter. I deciphered these figures to be angels, and they sort of surrounded my bed as I laid there and helped protect me and helped calm me down and go to sleep. Honestly, I haven't seen any of them since that night, so take it as you will. A dream, a hallucination, just a figment of my imagination. But I do choose to believe that they were angels guarding me. I haven't had an awful night like that since. Haven't had anything that bad happen to me that I would need angels to come protect me, but as a 2 to 4 year old little girl having a temper tantrum in the middle of the night after weeks and possibly a month of just having bad sleep issues, maybe they were sent there for a reason. Help me go to sleep. This next story or series of stories occurs when I'm age 10. I'm in 5th grade and I'm attending a charter school where we wear uniforms and we go to school that's it's not a religious school, but the school building is in a church building. So definitely space prone to special activities. Specifically, there was a haunted auditorium that people would go to, or you would go next to it and there would be people walking around. None of them would have any name tags, which you're supposed to wear if you were visiting the school. It was a very small school, so it wasn't like it was just someone that you hadn't seen before. These were like full-on adults that you had never seen before, or just roaming around outside of the auditorium and inside the auditorium, which was usually locked. So maybe you are, for example, standing at the end of a school bus and 2 school buses down, you can see that there's a grown-up over there, and then you go near to them to get closer and see what's going on, and they're just gone. They just blink, they just disappear. You say, did I blink? Did I miss it? Did they run away? Where is it? It's happened on numerous occasions. That's for the auditorium itself. The second part is the girls' bathroom was most definitely haunted. Girls would go into there and play Bloody Mary. I never played it myself in the girls' bathroom there. But girls would come back with scratches, bruises, whatever. That could be, done by them in the bathroom because there's no supervisor in their bathroom. However, my experiences were you would be in the bathroom by yourself. So I'm in the middle of class, math class, for example, going to the bathroom, using the toilet, washing my hands, I'm gonna go back to class. Nobody else is in there. The door is loud and creaky, so you would have heard somebody come in. If there was someone in, all the stalls doors were open, everything was fine. So in the girls' bathroom, you would be going to the bathroom and I'm sitting there doing my own business and the sink turns on. I'm like, There's nobody in the sink. This is a screw sink that you have to like turn the faucets to make them go on, so it's not just gonna randomly pour out of nowhere. And then another one turns on, so there are 2 sinks that are streaming water while I'm in the toilet or sitting on the toilet, and then the toilet next to me on the left flushes. And no, I look under the stall. Hello, is somebody down there? No, there's no feet. The stall door is open. There's nobody in the bathroom but myself. I come out, I turn off the faucets, wash my hands with my own faucet, and the paper towel dispensers come off. Now that one could have been triggered by motion sensor, I'll admit. But having the sinks turn on and the toilets just flush, and then the paper towel dispensers go off, your guess is as good as mine. So this happens when I am 14, 15, 16, and 17, my high school years that I lived in my house. And this is about our poltergeist and negative activity. So there are 2 spirits that I believed lived in our house. One is our poltergeist and one is the negative guy. So the negative guy is always affecting people's moods. Sometimes he bothers my brothers to the end of no return. A couple times we have had him having nightmares, and he would start screaming and shouting and freaking the heck out. He was about 7 to 10 when this would happen. I think that'd be the right age. And he would like go in his closet, lock himself in the closet, bang on the walls in the middle of the night when he was sleeping. And it's not like he would be doing this on purpose or anything. And we would go down, and then we would say, well, my parents were religious, so they would say, "The name of the Lord, evil spirit, please leave." And then he would just stop and then just go to sleep. So there was that guy. Besides just giving everyone bad moods, that one never really caused any threat to us. Besides like violent outbursts and just causing everyone to be super violent in their words towards each other all in one day. That one, again, never really bothered us or was able to do anything physical. Our poltergeist, on the other hand, we would always have things upstairs that would end up missing, or for example, I would set my hairbrush all the way back on the counter, all the way back up against the wall. I go and turn around to go take a shower in the bathroom, in the shower, and it goes falls on the floor, and I'm like, "Excuse me, I did not leave you hanging on the edge of the counter. I pushed you all the way against the wall. Why did you fall off?" This happened to me about 3 times on 3 different occasions throughout the year. The other thing that happened to me was nobody was home. I was by myself. We have one of those fans that sit on the windowsills to let the air in over the summer. So I'm by myself. Nobody's home except for me. We have the little fan wedged in between the bottom of the window and then the bottom of the window that opens, so it's wedged in nice and tight. It's plugged in, spinning. I'm walking to the bathroom by myself. Hello? Jesus. Walking to the bathroom, and all of a sudden my back is turned to it. Wham! Loud noise. I turn around, the fan is on the ground, still spinning. The cord is still plugged into the socket all the way, so it's not like the cord was too small and it fell out because it was too short and it came out of the wall. No, it was still plugged in, it was still on. The only way you would have been able to get the fan out without lifting up the window or having it fall out by itself, you could not do that. You literally would have had to pull it and pull it onto the floor. And again, nobody is in my house. Nobody could have been there to run up the stairs, pull it out, and run down the stairs without me have heard of them or seen them by the time I had turned around. Are we getting freaked out yet, Obi? Are you scared? Are you scared of ghosts, or are you just gonna bite them? The last spooky encounter that I have today occurs when I am 18 years old. I just moved into my my boyfriend's family's house. We stayed there temporarily for about 1 to 3 months while we before I moved to our apartment. It was fine. I love the house. It was nice. The family, fantastic. But the room that I slept in, half the time I would get creepy vibes coming from the closet, and I would just like try to ignore it, try to like put like a mental shield around myself as I pictured myself there. So one day we have to wake up at 6:30 so that we can get out the door by 7, and in the middle of the night, I've been restless. I haven't really been sleeping all that well. All of a sudden I just hear 5 knocks on my door, like, and I'm like, somebody there. But my room was dark. My room was in the basement, and there were no lights coming, you know, underneath the door crack or anything, so I didn't really think anyone was there. So I grab my scissors from my art desk and I go like this, and I flick on the light switch and I fling the door open, and I'm like staring into pitch black. There's nobody there. I go through the entire basement, scissors out, pointing out like somebody attacked me, like I will defend myself, stab anything that I need to. The entire basement is dark, no lights have been turned on, the basement door is still shut, no lights on upstairs. I even go through the bathroom, I go through the boiler room, nobody. So I'm freaked out. I decide to go back to my room, shut the door, keep my scissors next to my bed, lay down in bed just terrified with the lights on, just laying. And then I'm like, okay, 20 minutes later, just trying to go to sleep. I'm like, okay, let's go back to sleep, try to get some rest before we wake up really early. And the time that the original knocking was about 5, so nobody would have been up. And so 20 minutes after I'd gone back into my bed, and then I've been laying there trying to relax, another on my door. Same thing. I pick up my scissors, I go through room to room, nothing there, door still shut to the basement, lights are still off, nothing in the basement. I went back to my room, shut the door as fast as I could, kept the scissors even closer to me, and just lay in my bed, eyes wide open, lights on, praying for 6:30 to come when everybody else is gonna get up. I lay there for, you know, a good hour, terrified, and then I go upstairs and I'm the first person up. People start coming downstairs. I'm like, hey, did anybody come downstairs last night? You know, was the dog in the kennel? And they're like, yep, the dog was in the kennel the whole night. Nobody came downstairs. You know, whatever, what's going on? I'm like, told them about the knocking. Nobody had any idea. And that type of knocking is not something that can be caused just by a house shifting and settling. Well, that was everything for today. Those are all my spooky stories. Let me know if you want to hear more stories. Leave a like. Tell me if you think, what do you think it was, if there's a scientific explanation, or you think it was just even a good piece of fiction that I could turn into like some part of a horror movie or something. Let me know. But that was all for today. I hope that you're taking care, and give your pet a kiss for me.